Namaste. So this is going to be a kind of balancing type of yoga practice, and this is suitable for the evening. So I'm gonna get to the top of the mat and you can join. So take the feet together here and take the hands to the heart and draw the shoulders down from the ears and just shift slightly back and forth here on the feet. And then come to a still, and inhale, take the hands up to the sky and look up, and exhale, swan dive forward with the hands down to the ground, and you can bend the knees here in the forward fold. Inhale, extend the spine here, and you can keep the legs straight, and then exhale and step back into a high plank, And in this high plank you can sort of shift back and forth on the toes here. So you sort of, shifting the body weight here and keeping the core also really strong, And then on an exhale, lower the knees to the floor and the upper body all the way down to the ground. And then inhale, come up into a small cobra. And then exhale back to the floor. And again, cobra, inhale, and you can come into a slightly deeper cobra here, and then exhale to the floor. And then inhale, keep the hands under the shoulders and come into upward facing dog here. And the knees can be off the floor here. And then exhale and shift the tailbone up to the sky into downward facing dog. And here you can sort of work with the legs, so you're sort of bending one knee and straightening the other leg, So you get a nice stretch here. And then inhale, come up on the toes, and exhale, bend the knees and jump or step up to the top of the mat here. And inhale, extend the spine nicely, And then exhale, fold forward. And when you're doing the forward folds, try and draw the core and navel towards the spine, to sort of give that support. And inhale, extend the arms up to the sky. And exhale, take the hands back down to the heart. So you can step back on your mat slightly here, because we're going to extend the leg forward. So first we will do some kind of balancing pose here, So you can start by shifting your body weight over to the left leg and draw your right knee up, aligned sort of with your hip almost. And then you can place the right foot anywhere on the inside of the left leg, but not on the knee. Wherever you feel like you can hold the balance. And keep the hands at the heart and find, some kind of drishti, somewhere to keep your gaze. Maybe approximately 1 meter away from your body or from your, left foot here. So you're keeping the balance, and then you will extend the arms on an inhale up to the sky here. And focus here, the gaze up towards the hands. And keep the core really strong. And then exhale, take the hands, circulate them down and release the right leg and extend it forward. And take the hands back to the heart. And really here, let the movement of the right leg come from the right hip, So you still keeping the balance on the left leg here. And then on an exhale, shift the upper body forward. And then extend the right leg behind you and keep the toes pointing down towards the ground. And then you're going to open the right hip towards the right side. And you can keep any kind of block. I'm just going to hold to this, thing over here with the left hand, as you are extending the right hand up towards the sky here, And you're keeping the right hip open with the toes of the right foot also pointing in the same direction, and you can look up towards the sky here. And then on an, inhale, you're going to come into reversed warrior. So you keep the left knee bent here and the right leg here is straight, and you have the right heel touching the floor and the toes of the right foot and the knee is aligned. And then you're going to exhale and come into a side kind of warrior here. So you take the left underarm to the, above the bent left knee, and you have the right arm extended above your head here forward. And you can look up towards your arm here. And then you can exhale and come into a nice kind of warrior two. So you have your hips open to the right side of the mat here, and your hands and arms are strong and they are straight, aligned with your shoulders and your hips. Your tailbone, is drawn in, and you have your gaze over the left fingertips. And then on an exhale, take your hands down and step back into Chaturanga. And then inhale, come up into a nice, easy kind of upward facing dog here. And then exhale, roll over your toes and shift back into downward facing dog. The tailbone is up and the head is hanging down, heavy towards the floor here. Inhale, come up on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees and look up towards the mat and jump or step up to the mat. Inhale, extend the spine, and then exhale, draw the navel towards the spine and fold forward here, And inhale, extend the arms up to the, to the roof or ceiling or sky, and then take the hands on an exhale back to the heart. So again, step back on the mat here, so you have some space, in front of you, and shift the body weight over to the right leg here. And I will grab a block, so you can do exactly the same if you would need to. So shift the body weight over to the right leg here, and keep it really strong. And then you're going to, draw the left foot up somewhere on the inside of the right leg here. So either above the knee or below. And take the hands to the heart. And then on an inhale, extend the arms above the head here, and you can look up. And just maintain the balance by keeping the core really strong here, Keeping the focus here, on wherever your gaze is at. And then exhale, release the hand and swing them down back to the heart. And then inhale and extend the left leg forward in front of you. And again, let the movement of the left leg come from the left hip. So you may want to keep the left knee slightly bent here, but ensure that your left toes are pointing up to the sky. And then exhale and take your full body, take your full upper body, forward. And then extend the left leg behind you. And here you can use any kind of blocks. I'm just using this water bottle and supporting my right hand here. And then I'm going to open up the left hip here towards the left side and extend the left arm and hand up towards the sky here, and look over the left shoulder. And then on an inhale, I will come back into reverse warrior, and you can do exactly the same. So you keep the right knee here, bent, and then you're getting a nice stretch here on the right side of the rib cage. And you look up here, and then on an exhale, come into a side kind of warrior here. So you're keeping your underarm on the right arm, you know, supported above the right knee, and then extend the left arm above your head towards the front of the mat, and keep the navel towards the spine here, so you have a nice support. And then exhale into warrior two here, so you have your hips open towards the left side, and then you keeping your gaze keeping your gaze over the right fingertips, and your arms are really strong here, you know, and as well your shoulders are down from the ears. And then you're going to just step back into chaturanga on an exhale, and inhale, come into upward facing dog here, and then you're going to exhale into a nice downward facing dog. Inhale, come up on the toes, and exhale, bend the knees, and jump or step up to the top of the mat, and inhale, extend the spine, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come into mountain pose here with the hands up towards the sky, and exhale, take the hands back to the heart. Okay, so this is approximately 10 minutes of practice and 1 minute of me talking. So now we're going to do something called eagle pose. So I'm going to be just, you know, to demonstrate this in this kind of position on the mat. So what you're going to do is that you're going to draw the right, or I might be able to go in this direction. So draw the right knee up towards the chest here, you know, and keep the toes on the right foot pointing down towards the mat. And inhale, and open the, you know, right hip towards the right side. And you can look over the left shoulder here. And then you're going to sort of bend the right knee, you know, and grab onto the right ankle with the right hand here, you know. So you're sort of getting a nice stretch on the front of the thigh here, you know. And then release and extend the right leg forward, and take the hands, you know, extended towards the side here. And then you're going to bend the left knee, and then you're going to sort of wrap the right leg around the left foot here, or leg here, and then also come into an eagle pose with the hands. So you're going to sort of cross them, and then you will take the right elbow, you know, and point it upward like this in a 90 degree, and have the left arm extended, and then you're going to interlock the hands here, you know, and sink back, you know, with the sit bones, and just stay in this balance here, you know. And then you slowly sort of exhaling towards the knees with the elbows here, you know. And then you're going to unlock the right leg here and extend it forward, back, not forward but back, you know. So you sort of having your upper body, you know, leaning forward here, keeping the core really strong, and then on an inhale, step back, right leg into, you know, the heel is touching the floor, and you're going to extend your interlocked arms up here in a sort of warrior one kind of position, so your hips are pointing forward towards the top of the mat, and draw your elbows up towards the sky here, so your hands are pointing towards the back, you know. And then exhale and release the arms and come into warrior two here, you know. So nice bend left knee here, you know, and really bend the knee here nicely. And then you're just going to exhale, take the hands down, step back in chaturanga, and then inhale, come up into upward facing dog, and exhale back into downward facing dog. Inhale, come up on the toes, and exhale, bend the knees and jump or step up to the top of the mat. Inhale, extend the spine and keep the hands on the, front of the lower leg. Excuse me, I was just like drawing my kind of stomach in, towards the spine here. So then you're going to exhale and come into the forward fold. And then inhale, take the hands up to the sky. And exhale, take the hands back to the heart. So we're going to do the other side. And I will try to be kind of quicker on this side. So we have, 20 minutes practice. So inhale and draw the left knee up towards the sky here. And keep the left toes pointing down. And then as you're sort of opening up the left, knee towards the left side, you can also even extend the right arm towards the right here. And keep the right, gaze and head towards, keep the whole head, towards the right here, And then you can exhale and take the, bent knee of the left leg here behind you and grab onto the, ankle with the left hand and just, do kind of a stretch here on the front of the leg, on the left leg. And keep the balance, and then release the leg of the left side here and extend it forward in front of you, and then open up the arms towards the side here, and then you're going to bend the right leg here at the knee, and then you're going to wrap the left leg around here, and then you will do the opposite, with the hands. So you will sort of take the left arm under the right here, and then you're going to, point or like keep a 90-degree on the left hand here, while the right is just straight here, and then you're going to interlock the hands, together, and then draw slowly as you are exhaling, and inhaling down towards the knees here with the elbows, and then release and exhale, out the left leg towards the back. And then inhale, step back into warrior one, but with your hands in an eagle pose. So draw your elbows up towards the sky here. So your hands are pointing towards the back of the mat. And then release and open up the hips towards the sky, towards the side, and come into warrior one, And the hands and arms are really strong and straight here, And the shoulders are down from the ears. And keep the gaze over the right fingertips. And exhale, step back into chaturanga. So you're pressing the elbows and arms towards the side of the body as you lowering down. And then inhale, come up into upward facing dog. And then exhale, bend the knees and shift back into baby's pose, So take your upper body between the knees here and place your forehead on the floor and extend your arms up towards the top of the mat. And sink in towards the floor here. So you're keeping the knees really wide. And just taking a few breaths in the baby's pose. And you can even, as you are in the baby's pose, you can sort of move your head slightly. So you're kind of massaging the third eye here, And then inhale and come up, into a seated position here. And from here you can switch into a form of, my knees. So from the seated you can switch into a form of half lotus pose, So you have one leg over the other, and then you can just keep your hands, the palm of the hands placed on, you know, respective kind of knee here, and just keep them facing up towards the sky, and just, you know, keep a straight spine here. Always think that you have like a thread, you know, drawing through your spine towards the sky here, and just take a few breaths, you know, in this kind of pose here, and sort of, you know, honoring your practice, you know, and whatever you may have for intention set for your practice, you know. Some of us, you know, want to build strength, and, you know, it's also about how we thinking about the concept of strength, or, you know, flexibility, or, you know, maybe weight loss, or whatever this might be, you know. Because the body is very intelligent, you know, and everything has information, you know. So if you have an intention as you're doing your practice, your body also responds to it, you know. So always think about, you know, keeping this kind of relaxed state, you know, as you are summarizing your practice. So I'm going to say, because I'm holding this camera now, so I'm going to, I only use one of my hands here. So I'm going to say Namaste, and I hope you enjoy this short kind of balancing type of yoga practice, you know.